Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan, this is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go Inside the Cave.
You all thought we didn't make it in today. You heard that whole intro, and we're finally talking. Good morning. Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. You're Inside the Cave. My name is Ian Wentz. John Roberts with me as well, because it's Wednesday. That's our normal Wednesday programming here inside the Cave. John, what's good?
Hey, we're here. I got my iced tea. I'm ready to go.
Times two?
Times two.
I know you're normally...
I'm almost down one now, so
7:01.
tank's on half full.
All right, I got my cup of coffee. I'm wide awake. This is the most awake I've been on a Wednesday at 7:02, just about, in a long time. So let's get to it. Let's get a sports update.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
To say we have things to talk about would be an understatement. Let's start with football. That is Siena Heights football. They would normally be putting the finishing touches on a game plan for their opener. But this year, of course, like everything else, it has a different look and feel. The Saints won't actually have a game until after the new year, but that doesn't stop head coach Matt Cohn from being upbeat in anticipation of their first game, even if it's months away. Let's listen in to Coach.
Doing great, you know. It was nice to be home and be with my daughter and be with my wife and do things around the house, you know, for a couple months there under quarantine. We still we're in constant communication with our student athletes through Zoom meetings. I've become kind of a Zoom master over the past 3 months, you know, communicating with our guys in a variety of different facets. But it was awesome just getting everyone back on campus. Working through the protocols, working through the procedures, and just to get everyone back out on the field doing something together was just awesome.
Siena Heights Saints football coach Matt Cohn. More with him the next couple of days. Meanwhile, over at Adrian College, the Bulldogs have suspended practice for a week or so as a precaution to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The team has been together since the 1st of August, but with the whole student body back on campus, football activity has been put on hold for a short period of time. Quick note, 139 cases active at Adrian College. To high school football, Tecumseh Indians football sadly announces the passing of former Tecumseh Indian football coach Mel Fatchett. Fatchett, am I saying that right? Fatchett, okay. He passed away this past Sunday. He coached the Tecumseh Ball Club during the 1980s and 90s for both the JV and varsity teams. To baseball, how about them Tigers? 6 in a row for Detroit. After a 12-1 win over the Brewers, they continue to chase a playoff spot. With the Toronto Blue Jays loss, the Tigers are now a half game back of the AL's 8th and final playoff spot with 27 games left. Kristen Stewart got it going with a 410-foot homer over the right field wall.
Fly ball right field, way back in right, and gone, a home run. Back of the wall of the bullpen in right center, Kristen Stewart, number 3, and the Tigers take the 1-0 lead here in the third.
Victor Reyes, 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs. His 2-run homer later in the game. Let's get that call.
The 0-2 to Victor Reyes. Swinging a fly ball, right field. This one is deep to right center. It's way back, and it's gone. Wow. Victor Reyes put a charge into a deepest right center field. That was a bomb. 2-run home run, and the Tigers lead 6-0 here in the 6th.
Willie Castro is really coming on lately. 9 hits and 21 at-bats lately. 2 doubles, 1 triple, a homer, and 3 RBIs. He had a 3-bagger last night to extend his hitting streak to 6 straight.
He swings and hits a ground ball fair down the first baseline. That's going to head into the right field corner. Jones in to score, and that should be 3 for Willie Castro. Full head of steam around second. Heads to third, and he will make it without a throw. Willie Castro with a 2-out triple, and the Tigers had a big run here in the 4th inning and lead 3-0.
Boy, when it's working, it's working. Daniel Norris, another very good performance. 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits given up, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts with a walk. His changeup was very effective. Michael Fulmer scheduled to start today against Milwaukee. Well, it's not all good for Detroit as their center fielder, Jacoby Jones, had to leave in the 8th inning. He was hit by a 90-mile-per-hour fastball in the hand. He left the game with a fractured hand. According to the team, he'll be lost for the rest of the short season. Jones was batting .268 with 5 homers, 14 RBIs in 30 games. And with that, the Tigers have recalled outfielder Travis Demeritte from the club's alternate site in Toledo to take Cameron Maybin's spot on the active roster after he was traded to Chicago. Now with the loss of Jones, they'll look to Toledo to bring up another outfielder as Maybin was traded Monday. And then, of course, Jones gets hurt the very next game.
Bad timing.
Horrible timing. Jump into college football real quick. Last year's national champ, LSU, they may be losing some more of the team. Here's Tigers coach Ed Orgeron.
There's a couple of guys that are thinking about it, to be honest with you. And again, everyone's for different reasons, maybe family reasons or maybe health reason, or they may have something that they feel they need to opt for. Maybe there's 1 or 2 that I know are thinking about it. Hopefully they don't, but again, if they do this, that's what we're living in. But we have depth, and if they do opt out, we're still going to have a great football team.
4 other players already opted out for the season due to the pandemic. The LSU Tigers return only 5 of 22 starters from last season's national championship team. The Big Ten Conference already in court and under pressure from players and parents over its decision to cancel fall football. They're now hearing from President Donald Trump. Trump tweeted he has spoken with Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren about reinstating the fall season. The Big Ten had no immediate comment. The league announced on the 11th of August it would move its football season to the spring because of health risk associated with the pandemic. I'm going to jump back to baseball. I'm all over the place today. An updated American League Central standings, White Sox and Indians are tied at the top, 22-14 apiece. Minnesota, after getting swept by Detroit, is now 1.5 games out. The Tigers, 3.5. Kansas City, 8 games back. Indians, they blew out the Royals 10-1. Their last game, the Twins actually beat the White Sox 3-2. Close game there. Big news for the Lions. They announced a contract extension, a big one for their big left tackle, Taylor Decker. 4 years, according to the NFL Network, at $60 million. His new contract ties him to the 7th highest paid offensive tackle in the NFL. Now the Lions turn to extending another rising star, one of the better wideouts in the game. That's Kenny Golladay. So hopefully they can get him signed for the foreseeable future. The University of Michigan has eliminated 21 positions in its athletic department and will leave another 15 jobs unfilled as it faces a potential $100 million revenue loss, most of it because the big house will be empty this fall. The Philadelphia Flyers are still alive in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They beat the Islanders in overtime for the second time in the series, so they trail it now 3-2. Carter Hart with 26 saves for Philadelphia. Like the Flyers, the Canucks force a 6th game. They escape Vegas with a 2-1 win. Vegas outshot Vancouver 43-17. They scored just 1 goal. Last year's Boston Celtics won their first 5 NBA playoff games before dropping the next 4 to the Bucks. That trend will not continue. Boston 6-0 in the postseason. They rallied for a 102-99 win over the Raptors. Boston carried an 8-point deficit into the final period. They outscored the defending champs by 11. And probably the game of the night, the Jazz and Nuggets, 80-79. Denver held on a furious run by the Jazz. Denver gets a 2-point win, 80-79. They will advance. Horse racing news. To finish up our sports update, Tiz the Law, T-I-Z, the Law, is the 3-5 morning line favorite for Saturday's Kentucky Derby. He will attempt to become the first winner from the 17 post position draw. The best finishes in 41 starts from that spot was a second place by 49er in 1988 and 2/3. All the race favorites will break from the outside at Churchill Downs, including the second choice Honor AP from the number 16 post and third choice Authentic at number 18. Tiz the Law, again T-I-Z, the Law, won the Belmont Stakes earlier this summer. And now I exhale. What a sports update. My goodness, a lot of stuff.
That was not really you exhaling. That was me.
Oh, okay. A lot of stuff happened last night. A lot of things to preview. We had a couple of guests. I mean, we're going to have to really consolidate our show here today, John.
Yep. Not a lot of us talking, maybe.
Listeners going, thank goodness.
Yes.
We'll have someone else on. So at 7:25, we will have Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy calling in to talk sports. I think we'll focus on the football side of things, but a lot of recent changes to the plan at Adrian College, trying to get sports off the ground this season. We'll talk about the case count, what the team is doing to combat that, and hopefully, for the team's sake, get on the field and play hopefully a 4-game schedule in the fall. And then at 8:05, John, we're going to high school hockey.
We are. Brand new coach of the Lenawee United hockey team, made up of Lenawee County high schools. Tyler Texter is going to be joining us, talk a little bit about his background as a coach and his plans for the season, and might even get him to talk a little Stanley Cup playoffs with us.
I think we can do that.
We can be persuasive.
We sure can. So be sure to tune in for that. So we'll push the sports update kind of back at the top of the hour a little bit.
Yeah, if you tune
or we'll
in,
really abbreviate it.
Yeah.
Because he'll be on at 8:05. Coach Duffy at 7:25. A lot of sports last night, John. What was the, we'll say, most entertaining game or, biggest impact game? There was a game 7 in the NBA.
Yeah, a couple of elimination games in the NHL.
The Lions, a big signing. The Tigers winning.
Tigers.
What is this? What's going on?
I don't know. I tweeted yesterday, what a great couple of weeks this is coming up for sports fans. You're going to have baseball coming down to the wire in the pennant races, the start of the NFL and some of college football. Actually, it's already started. You got the Kentucky Derby, the U.S. Open, and tennis is going on. You almost can't turn on a TV station or a radio station without hearing some sports happening. It's the NBA playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs. We don't normally get those two things right there at this time of year. So I don't know if that's the silver lining out of the pandemic is we've got playoff hockey and playoff basketball at the same time as playoff baseball and the start of football. I mean, that just doesn't happen.
No, it normally doesn't. Normally we're talking Lions and NFL ad nauseum at this point.
Right. And maybe, the beginnings of basketball and hockey, they're in training camp usually about right now.
Yeah, we're talking preseason. We're talking we would be talking a playoff push in baseball.
Baseball, well, not for the Tigers recently, but baseball
other
in
teams,
general.
Yeah, pushing for playoff spots. Yes. I watched a couple hockey games. I watched, you texted me about the Islanders.
Yes.
And I thought, did they win?
No.
So I checked my phone, and I go, oh, man, they're in overtime.
Yes.
With the Flyers. My team's got to stay in this because Boston broke my heart the night before.
And my team's got to eliminate your team. It didn't happen.
That did not happen. Texted you. Well, you texted me Islanders Magic.
I did.
And then I don't respond because I don't know what's going to happen. Wait till the goal happens, and then I text Philly Special.
Yes. Broke my heart.
Hockey style. Philly
Well, the
Special.
Islanders' magic was the fact that they were down 3-1 in regulation with like 5 minutes left in the game. And in 3 minutes, they scored 2 goals to tie it up to send it to overtime. And I thought, this is it. I said last week on the air, it just feel like they have that charmed season that, not the best team, but the best things happen to them at the right times.
But not last night as I take a victory stretch.
Your Flyers.
They're now my team.
Your adopted Flyers.
Yes, a team that realized, they might be disrespected on my top 5 list, and they went out and proved me wrong.
Well, we'll get into our list later.
It's a list Wednesday. I mean, we'll have to do that pretty soon because we're going to have Coach Duffy on in a few minutes. So I got my NBA list. Do you want to do that first?
Let's do
Real
it. We
quick
can probably
before the
get that in before the break.
All right. So it's a 3.0 with our NBA top 5 teams. Update them every week because the games happen.
It's the playoffs.
Playoff basketball time. So who is your number 5 team?
I've dropped the Bucks all the way down to 5. They did not look good in Game 1 against the Heat. That's it.
Okay. I didn't move the Bucks. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
A new team on my list. Toronto's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
With Boston.
Yeah.
Boston's they're a hot team.
Yes.
They sure are. So they're out. They were number 5. I'm gonna slide Denver in. Gonna get them in.
The Nuggets.
Yep. The comeback Nuggets.
Big win last
Huge
night over
win.
the Jazz.
I
down 3-1.
I didn't catch the whole game last night, but what I did watch were the highlights this morning. And after seeing that, I saw the final 10 seconds earlier, and I go, man, that must have been a great game. It was a snoozer.
Yeah,
for 75% of it. Denver was crushing Utah, and then the Jazz slowly sing their way or play their way back into it.
I like that.
Like the Jazz would
See
do.
what you did there.
And Denver did what they had to do to get the win, and they make it into my top 5.
Yeah, they're probably 6 for me, the Nuggets. They're just outside. Meanwhile, we're totally ignoring the Rockets and the Thunder.
Well, we'll see who wins their game today.
Yeah.
Or tonight.
Yeah. They might jump over the Nuggets if the right team wins next week.
Right.
Okay.
Shout out to former Spartan Gary Harris.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
Denver Nuggets.
Yeah. My number 4, the Clippers.
Whoa.
They drop.
Dropping
Yeah.
like flies. Why are they dropping so low?
Just, I think there's a team that's playing a lot better than them right now. Although they won their series with Dallas. We'll
Okay.
see. They could rise again.
They sure could.
They could. Clippers.
Number 4, a team I put on my list last week. They didn't move. Boston.
Okay.
Celtics looking good against the defending champs, less Kawhi Leonard, which is some big shoes to fill. But I got Boston holding steady at number 4.
All right. The team you just mentioned, the defending champions, the Raptors, are my number 3. I think that's going to be a great series with Boston. I'm not counting them out yet in the East. Even without Kawhi Leonard this year, they still have shown they're a pretty good basketball team, even without him.
All right, so you think they'll make some noise,
Yep.
possibly come back
Yep.
in that series?
I could see this one going
Okay.
7.
Number 3, got Milwaukee hanging
Okay.
out there. I think they've been 3 on every one of my list. I mean, they're to me the best team in the East. They had back-to-back slip-ups in game 1s of the series
Yeah.
in the playoffs. I still think they have enough to figure it out, and maybe it won't take 5 to beat the Heat. They might have to do it in 6, but I'm not going to put too much stock into a game 1 loss. They had some time off
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
their round 1 win.
I think they'll beat the Heat eventually. Yeah. Number 2 for me, the Celtics. I think they're the hottest team in the East right now. They swept the Sixers. They won game 1 against a good Raptors team. I just think they're really good.
Number 2. Until they get knocked off, I think they'll be at number 2 for me. They haven't moved. The LA Clippers. You got game 1 tomorrow against the Nuggets team that played 7. I'm not going to knock them for not playing for a while. So LA Clippers for me at number 2.
Can I go back to the Celtics for 1 second?
Yes.
They're now up 2-0. I forgot they beat the Raptors last night.
So do you change your Raptors spot?
You know,
Maybe?
yes. I'm going to flip them and the Clippers.
Okay.
Clippers are 3 again, and the Raptors are 4. I forgot they played yesterday.
Yeah, how weird that a game 7 happens last night, round 1, but round 2 they're 2 games in.
Yeah.
That's odd
Odd.
to me. All right. Did you get your number 2 is Boston?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, NBA team. It's probably the same. Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 1 is the Lakers.
Okay. Yeah. Till they completely fall apart. Not going to bet against LeBron. Not smart. That's not smart basketball. That's not smart analyst.
No, but they're not out of the woods yet either.
No.
They got some tough series coming up.
Yes. They should have a game 1.
Aren't they waiting for the Thunder and the Rockets to be done?
Yes.
So,
So they've had some rest.
which sometimes that layoff hurts. Sometimes it helps.
Yep, we saw
It's
that with
pretty
the
profound
Bucks.
right there, isn't it?
Oh,
on my
yeah.
part.
Hot takes.
Hot takes. Sometimes rest hurts. Sometimes it helps.
We'll do our hockey top 5. I think we might do it with the coach on the air.
Ooh, there you
at
go.
8:05. So that's our NBA top 5 as of today for the NBA playoffs. We need to take a break and get on the phone with Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy. We're moving right along inside the cave. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lenawee Broadcasting Company. Phone number to the studio, 517-265-4000. We'll be right back.
You have come to count on Citizens Gas Fuel Company to provide your home or business with natural gas for all your daily needs. However, did you know that Citizens Gas is much more than your local gas utility? Citizens also offers comprehensive sales and service departments dedicated to serving you. The next time you're in the market for a gas appliance such as a water heater, gas grill, or space heater, give them a call at 517-265-2144. And service doesn't end after the sale. Citizens' experienced service technicians can install your purchase for you. Just ask the customer service representative to schedule an appointment for a service technician to give you an estimate. Or if you encounter unexpected problems with a major home appliance, such as a furnace, water heater, dryer, range, or even air conditioner, give them a call at 517-265-2144 and schedule an appointment today. Citizens Gas will provide you with fast, friendly, and reliable service. So remember, Citizens Gas Fuel Company in downtown Adrian, your local gas company, and more.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID19.
Hey, Natasha, that sounds familiar. Could you be attending Hospice of Lenawee's amazing Throwdown Road Rally on October 3rd?
I need to get out and have fun. I'll get to drive my own car, solve clues with my friends. I'm there. Can you give me some hints?
No, but I can tell you that Old National Bank is the Throwdown Master sponsor, that it will start at 4 p.m. and will finish with an amazing drive-through dinner.
Where will it start and where will it end? I feel like I've said those words before.
Purchase your ticket and you will be given your start location, but you won't know where it ends until you solve your final clue.
Story of my life. How much are tickets?
$50 per person. That includes the road rally, dinner, and more.
More?
There will be an opportunity to support online as well. Just check our website at hospiceoflenawee.org for details.
I got this. Call Hospice of Lenawee at 517-263-2323 for tickets and choose your team members.
I can't wait to see you at the final stop.
I'll be there.
We invite you to explore the exceptional learning experience available for all K-12 students at Tecumseh Virtual Academy. The TVA's online learning platforms provide students with the flexibility to learn at their own level, anywhere, anytime, and be aligned with state requirements. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided and an 8-year track record of success, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
Wouldn't it be sweet to have an endless supply of Culver's fresh frozen custard always at the ready? Just do what we do. Start each day by pouring fresh dairy into your precise temperature-controlled custard machine. Trust me, once you have one, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Adjust flow to produce creamy ribbons of frozen custard. And lastly, and this is the best part, do the spoon test to ensure smooth texture. Yum!
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole frozen custard made throughout the day thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Get your vehicle in shape for the summer with a complete cleanup at Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing. They will clean your vehicle inside and out. They offer detailing services like interior shampoo, hand wax, and buffing. Their expert staff will make your car, SUV, or van sparkle. They even do boats, RVs, and semis. Gift certificates available. Beecher Street Car Wash and Auto Detailing is open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Ask about their monthly membership and their annual memberships. They're located on West Beecher Street next to Barrett's.
Approaching 7:30 on a Wednesday morning. It's September 2nd, 2020. You're Inside the Cave with John Roberts and yours truly, Ian Wentz. A lot of stuff happening in the sports world yesterday. A lot of things to look forward to. And, of course, looking forward, as always, to talk to Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy. And Mr. Duffy, how are we doing this morning?
Outstanding, John and Ian. How are you guys doing? John, you're living the high life here, I think. A little retirement and enjoying that.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Keeping myself busy, staying out of trouble, getting enough done around the house to keep Mrs. Roberts happy.
Yeah, could use an assistant. You up for it?
Call me when the pandemic's done.
Chicken.
Yes, I am, admittedly.
Hey, how about those Tigers, though?
You got it. You got it.
6 in a row and kind of playing pretty well right now.
Yeah,
so hopefully
yeah.
we can keep that going a little bit,
Yeah.
So there is some highlights out there in the world.
Yes. Yes, there is.
All right, we got to get right back. We got to get to business, Coach. I know you're trying to throw us off with Tiger talk, and the Lions signing Taylor Decker.
Hey, that's a good one, too.
Yes,
sure
it
is. Let's get to it. A lot of Adrian College listeners out there, and that's, of course, why we got you on this morning. Again, we appreciate your time. I know you're a morning guy, so you don't mind it one bit. But
just got out of the fitness room. Did my walk around the block, and just had to stay fit during all this craziness. Keeps the mind clear.
Sure does. Putting in the work. So, Coach, what's going on at Adrian College? I'll stick to the world of football. We heard in our sports update that you have suspended practice for a week or so as a precaution. So what's the precaution? Why is the team not practicing?
Well, I think everybody's seen that we've had a little spike in COVID cases. 139 active cases right now, and Coach Deere, as we said off air, Ian, Coach Deere, as you alluded to, is very cautious and taking all the precautions where he can, when he can, and he's done an outstanding job with it. And as I discussed with all my coaches, we need to do what's best for the college, and we need to help the college out. And with cases, we got 65% of our student body is athletes, so. And we have some fall teams that are practicing and trying to get ready for some contests late September, early October. And the best thing now is to sit now and let this clear and get back to work. In a couple weeks.
So the college has gone online for at least a week. So that would obviously not only affect football, but every other sport is effectively shut down. Is that right?
No,
okay.
No, we are not. Our golf is still going. Our tennis is still going. Our cross country is still working out. Actually, our men's soccer, who had an early bump in the road because of some lack of protocols, they're back out. They're still working in small pods. So we got a little bit going. Our equestrian team's still riding, and as you noticed, a lot of those are individual sports where they can kind of work out and do things on their own and a very social distance. Golf, tennis. Tennis is only playing singles right now. So there's a little bit of activity going on.
Okay, this is sort of a two-parter. So how are the teams doing with these protocols? I know football was doing a pod type approach. So if someone were to be positive, you could quarantine those 5 or 10 kids. And if you can, how many of the 139 cases are athletes? If you can disclose that.
I probably shouldn't expose that, but you can imagine if you take 65%, we're probably somewhere in that area with athletes. And the remarkable thing, it's not really my in-season athletes that are totally affected, but we're doing our part and shutting down to stop the spread. So the big thing that we're teaching our kids is, the masks are important. The social distance is important. The small groups are important. And the one that we really didn't think about is shared. You can't share things. whether it be a cup of water or a drink or a water bottle. We found out that there was some exchanging of water bottles and things like that. We can't do that. What's yours is yours, and you have to use your stuff, period. Cleanliness, hygiene, all that kind of stuff is very, very important. And to be honest with you, Ian, we're learning every day what this COVID can do, going forward, and we're finding better ways of testing. Abbott Testing come out with some new cheek swab tests that hopefully that'll be on the market pretty quick. Actually, the students can do it themselves, and you get a reading in 15 minutes, is what they say. So, all those kind of things that we got to ask people to do, and not just the athletes. I mean, it's got to be a campus community, from faculty to staff to administrators to students to our guests, if we have any guests, which we are trying to limit that as well.
Well, Coach, you mentioned that it is a team effort, and this is certainly not something that is unique to the Adrian College campus. I mean, we see campuses as students have returned to school where, we have seen an increase in the number of positive cases. You mentioned sharing as a big thing that you've kind of discovered, and I know that's been, an emphasis for the high schools in the area in conversations I've had with coaches. How do you see? I'm trying to put this in I'm trying to phrase this, and I'm struggling to come up with words right now.
That is unlike you, John.
I know. I'm usually not at a loss for words, but this is such a crazy time. How do you see, I guess, what you're learning about this particular situation? How do you see this impacting how do you see it impacting athletics going forward when we get to quote unquote more normal times?
Well, hopefully, they have a vaccine or an inoculation of some sort,
mm-hmm.
and the scientists of the world that are working so hard right now to figure this thing out, and they're getting close. They're saying that we'll have something, sometime after the first of the year of inoculation. But I think every day we're all learning. Even our students are learning. They're like, wow. I didn't wear my mask for an hour, with my friends, and I ended up getting it. Well, see how important that is?
Right.
To wear your mask. And you are absolutely right. We're not the only school in the country that's having this issue. Every school across the country is having the same issue. 18 to 21-year-olds are social people, and we're asking them to somewhat not be social.
Right.
In a certain respect, we're asking them not to hug, and you haven't seen somebody in 6 months, and the first thing you do is you reach out, you shake their hand, you give them a hug. Well, don't do that.
Right. It's counter to what we've taught everybody as kids growing up.
And I think the kids are learning that, the mask doesn't protect me, it protects you. Because
right.
Now my respiratory stuff is not coming to you. And you not getting it, and if you go home, you've got grandparents, you've got parents, you've got, maybe unhealthy family members that they don't need to get that. And so you're cross-pollinating is about the best thing I can do with this, and we can't do that. So that's why we're asking and we're encouraging our kids, stay here. Stay in your bubble, create your bubble, and, you're creating your bubble by just living here day to day, and you're getting immune off each other by just being with your roommate or your housemates or your teammates. And when you break that bubble and break down and go see your buddies at Michigan, just for a couple hours, you've exposed yourself to their environment now. And I'm not saying their environment's bad. I'm not saying our environment's bad, but it's the sharing that ends up bringing the cross-contamination, and then you get into problems.
Sorry, go ahead, Coach.
Nope, you're fine.
We got to get the kids to Zoom with their friends on other campuses, although they're probably tired of Zoom meetings and online classes.
Well, I was over to my medical health person, and she told me I had Zoomitis. I felt like my eyes were bulging out of my head. And she said, "Well, quit staring at your computer screen."
Yeah, no kidding.
Quit having Zoom meetings. I mean, if anything, this pandemic, hopefully when we come out of it, we continue to learn and do some of the things we did. Family things. I mean, unbelievable. I hear about what families have done because, they were in their own little family pod since the end of March. And, those kinds of things, if we can continue that once we get this thing under control, it's not going away, anytime soon. It's going to be with us for years and years and years. And as I said, we got to learn to live with it. You can't fight it. You got to work with it. You got to do what it tells you to do. And if it tells you to wear a mask and social distance, then that's what you got to do. And our young kids are learning. They're learning that. There's everybody on all sides of the fence. Some believe that it's whatever. It's not real. It's blah, blah, blah. And others are so afraid of it that we have to talk them off the ledge and get them mental help, which we're doing. And then there's some on the fence that just like, hey, we got to do what's right and protect all of us, whether you're on the right side of the fence or the left side. And that's a learning curve when you bring these people together. And just, sometimes you got to live by trial and error. And sometimes, you got to get knocked on your butt to understand. I got to stay low. I got to keep my head up, and I got to keep my hands out. And I can make that tackle, to give a sport analogy, I guess.
Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy joining us on the phone. We'll continue our conversation after these messages on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
High school sports. Nobody covers it better in Lenawee than 96.5 The Cave.
We are so grateful to our local heroes, those serving our community every day, to the people working at our grocery stores. We are encouraged by your bravery as you keep our homes stocked with food. To our first responders, how we are grateful for your courage when you come to the need of our community. To our medical personnel and their support teams working on the front lines to combat this deadly virus. Words are not enough to express our gratitude. So as a community, let us join together while keeping appropriate social distancing and tell our local heroes how much we love and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifices of their loved ones. May God's mighty hand protect and guide each of you during these uncertain times.
This message is brought to you by 3-Dimensional Physical Therapy, 3D PT, because people matter.
Hi, I'm Jim.
And I'm Lisa.
As the new owners of Noggle Heating and Cooling, we assure you that we are still your local Lennox dealer.
Don't just guess if you're getting the best. We know you'll feel comfortable in your home with a Lennox. A Lennox will make the air cooler, warmer, drier, cleaner, and better, with innovative systems that are exceptionally quiet and energy efficient.
Our crew has the expertise and resources to serve you in the best possible way.
Call 423-3121. We're ready to serve you at Noggle Heating and Cooling.
It's summertime. It's hot, dusty, and dirty, and your car needs to be washed. Where do you go? Imagine a crystal palace with a runway where your car glides through a series of steps and your pride and joy is blown dry by angel wings. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much, but Sudsy Does a Car Wash does bless your vehicle with the highest quality of solutions and equipment to lift your car to a higher level of clean. We know you want your car to look great, so try Sudsy Does a Car Wash in Tecumseh.
Sudsy Does a Car Wash, Gary's Quick Lube too.
As you feel the blades of grass tickle your bare feet, a subtle breeze stirs the green leaves overhead. There you are, sipping a cold drink, admiring the beauty and solitude of your own landscaped backyard. The realization has set in. Calling Sealers Landscape and Design was the best and easiest decision you've ever made. Their 3D design program brought your paradise to life. Now for the tough decision. Where to put the hammock. Call Sealers Landscape and Design at 442-4823 for a free estimate today.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Long Motor Sales in Tecumseh is asking for your help. Please do your part and wear a face mask while you're in public spaces. Do it for the kids, if not for yourself. We want our kids to be able to go back to school this fall. A friendly reminder that you can shop Long's current inventory online at longmotorsales.net.
New to the lot this week at Long Motor Sales is a Burgundy 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. This sporty SUV features a strong V6 engine, remote keyless entry, and four-wheel drive. With 130,000 miles, there's still a lot of life left on this one. Priced at $12,750. Stop in and tell Eric you want to take this car for a ride today.
If your vehicle needs an oil change or a major overhaul or repair, take it to Long's Automotive Service. Nathan Long has over 15 years of experience as a certified technician, giving you dealership quality service at a low price. Long Motor Sales and Long Automotive Service in Tecumseh. Long, a name you know and trust.
The biggest sports stories. We've got you covered on 96.5 The Cave.
Thanks for rocking it with us this morning. It's Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. I'm jamming out inside the cave. John Roberts, I'm Ian Wendt. On the phone, Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy. We're talking all things Bulldogs, and like the last 7 or so months, we're talking COVID-19 and its effect on basically every aspect of human life. Again, Coach Duffy, thanks for your time this morning.
No problem, Ian. Thank you to the Cave and all your people. We appreciate what you do for Lenawee County and all the support you have. And I want to be the first one up when this is over so we can talk about something other than COVID when this thing breaks.
Yes, and we'll have you in studio. Do you remember what the Cave looks like? It looks a little different now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was dark the last time I was in there.
Well, as long as you bring your flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, you can find your way in the Cave.
All right.
So, Mr. Duffy, we hear the highest profile false positive, besides maybe Governor Mike DeWine in Ohio, is Matthew Stafford getting a false positive. So, you dig through Facebook comments or Twitter replies. They're asking about false positives. There's 139 active cases at Adrian College for COVID. How do you go about sort of making sure they're not a false positive?
Ian, I'm not even going to try to pretend. That's a medical thing. And I have 7 athletic trainers. I have 2 doctors that are on campus, Dr. Emily Kiss, Dr. Aaron Gornowitz. They're in charge of all that. And when they tell me that I need to retest somebody because maybe it was a false positive or whatever, then I'll do it. But I leave all that conversation, all that education, all that knowledge to them. I listen to them wholeheartedly. If they tell me I need to shut down this, that, or the other thing, then I shut this, that, or the other thing down. They're the ones that, are the front lines, and yeoman's work by Dr. Gornowitz, Dr. Kiss, Jamie Fetter, Meg Sharp, Jim Nicknair, Dana Schroeder, Caleb Christie, Marco, I can't even say Marco's last name, Marco D. I give them a shout-out. They're in the trenches every day. They're dealing with all the isolation kids. They're dealing with all the quarantine people. They're navigating days in, days out. They're monitoring my athletes on a return to play, because if they're out for 14 days or 10 days if they're isolated. There's strict protocol that they have to come back and be checked. And we follow that protocol to a T. There is no cut lines. There is no shortcut. My coaches understand that. And so I'm going to leave all that testing stuff and negative, positive, fake, not right, wrong. That's all their business. And I'm going to listen to them.
This may come out wrong or weird, but you got to say it. This is what these doctors and athletic trainers and nurses have trained basically their whole lives for. Unfortunately, it's a global pandemic they're dealing with. And, like you said, you got to trust them and go with them and support them 100%.
That's right. Absolutely. I don't question them. Would never question them in front of a coach. If I have a question, I'm going to close the door and talk to them one-on-one and have them explain it to me a little more in depth, so that I can at least explain it to my coaches. Or if we have a Zoom meeting, then I'll have the athletic trainers, lead the parade. And all right, this is how we're coming back, or this is what we're doing to go into it. And they've done yeoman's work. I've sat on several committees with them all summer to figure this out. And our protocols are good. They're in place, and if followed to a T, that means everybody. They'll work. And I think our students are finally understanding that. Take yourself and put yourself in a room for 14 days, with limited travel here and there, outside a little bit to see the sun, but you can't go to class, you can't go in any buildings. It'll give you a wake-up call. You know what? Maybe a face mask isn't all that ugly. Maybe I can wear it and be safe.
Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy joining us on the phone inside the Cave today. Coach, we've heard anywhere between 3 and 4 games possibly for Coach Deer's football team. Where is the college at with scheduling? It seems like a juggling act at this point.
It is. We had 4 for about a week, and then Lawrence Tech kindly stepped out, which is fine. So right now, we're still planning on opening up at home with on October 3rd with Trine University. Then we'll move on and take a week off. And then the 17th of October, we'll travel to Manchester University down in North Manchester, Indiana, just outside of Fort Wayne. And then we'll kind of wrap things up the next week on the 24th of October with Bluffton University. So we got something going on, and we'll see what happens. And we got plenty of time to get ready. We still got well over 4 weeks to get ready. Coach Deer's really looking to do something different. As far as dealing with kids in pods and those kind of things. Kind of looking forward to strapping it up in a couple weeks. We were at that point, just got into pads, and for the sake of everything, we shut her down for a little bit.
Are you working to get a 4th, or are we moving forward with 3?
We're moving forward with 3 right now. We are talking with some people, but everybody's kind of like, it could be a last minute thing, Ian, as well as a last minute cancellation. Just depending on what's happening 72 hours before for an event. Per NCAA protocol, we got to test 72 hours before an event. So those 3 schools are all NCAA. We're all following protocol. We'll see as we get closer. Probably Jimmy's talking about Coach Deer, I should say. Coach Deer's talking about maybe doing an inter squad on the 26th. I think when we do that inter squad, I've talked to our media house. We'd like to put that on media ACTV. So ACTV is going to be very important to us because we're not going to be able to have fans, if limited fans at all. Again, it's going to depend on what local health department and the governor say is what we can have as an outside gathering. More to come. It's going to be a week-to-week, probably the day before. what we can do.
Well, probably, Coach, one thing that this has really helped sharpen your skills is that ability to be fluid, be adaptable. I can't imagine, me on a much smaller level have done the same job, but the ability to juggle all those plates in the air, spin all those plates in the air is really getting tested in the last 6 months, isn't it?
It sure is, John, and hats off to my support staff. They do yeoman's work and gonna do yeoman's work. And, right now, it's a football game. It would be a lot different. We'll have to wear PPEs and those kind of things and check people in and, test their temperature on anybody that comes in if we have anybody. But, I hope and pray that we can do something starting in January, but I also hope and pray that my staff doesn't all walk out on me, my support staff, because juggling 3 seasons in 10 months is a job in itself.
Yes.
Now we're going to try to juggle 3 seasons in 5 months.
Yeah.
Could be even more of a challenge, John. So if you're looking, John, I could use your help in the spring. Even if it's running a clock, I'd take you on, John.
Well, you keep me in mind. I'm not saying I would never say no to you, Coach.
All right.
Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy, we're out of time. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, guys, thank you, and keep traveling the path you are, and we're all in this together, and every little thing that we can do. I always tell my staff, don't be shy. If someone's not wearing a mask, tell them. Be kind. Hey, put a mask on for me. A grocery store, anywhere. We can all help. The whole community can help to help make this world a little safer as we go forward.
We'll hope to have you back on the program sooner rather than later. Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy, thanks again.
No problem. Thanks, Ian. Thanks, John.
Have a good one, Coach.
Yep.
All right. Top of the hour, minutes away. We'll do a very abbreviated sports update. And then we have a brand new coach in Lenawee County. Hockey coach. Don't worry, Adam Krug, Sean Skelly. You're fine. It's at the high school level. We will have Lenawee United's new head hockey coach on the phone with us here at about 8:05. We'll take a break. And we'll be right back here inside the cave.
Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance. Get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com.
This is Pam Campbell, Superintendent of Columbia Schools. Columbia Central High School has a focus on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. The caring teachers at Columbia make a difference for our students. Many students enjoy STEM courses in forensic science, sports medicine, and engineering. High school students take advantage of our advanced placement courses and early college program. Columbia School District, from preschool and early fives through high school and adult education. Learning today, leading tomorrow. Visit us at myeagles.org.
We've been doing business in downtown Tecumseh since 1982. Hi, this is Ed Hall with Carpet on Wheels. That's 38 years as a family-owned local business. Of course, we couldn't have done it without the support of our clients, but there's something to be said about being around for so long. We carry newer selections of floor covering, window treatments, and area rugs. We professionally install everything we sell. Stop in, see for yourself. Get the quality you need and the service you deserve at Carpet on Wheels.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com. Lenawee's original sports franchise, 96.5 The Cave.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports. Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan, this is Inside the Cave on 96.5 FM and 965thecave.com. Sports talk radio with a local angle, where we give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports, interview area coaches and players, and get you ready to start your day.
Good morning.
Now grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass, because it's time to go inside the cave.
That's right. Let's jump back inside the cave. My name is Ian Wendt. John Roberts across the way. 8 o'clock, Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. Got an opinion on the last hour of the show.
Probably our best 60-minute performance of the year.
Thanks so much, Coach.
You got to find a way to replicate what you did.
All right, let's do it. Sports update to get things going.
Now for an Inside the Cave sports update.
All right, Ian, Siena Heights football would normally be putting the finishing touches on a game plan for their opener, but this year, of course, like everything else, it has a different look and feel. Siena Heights football coach Matt Cohn met with Steve Barkway.
Doing great, you know. It was nice to be home and be with my daughter and be with my wife and do things around the house, you know, for a couple months there under quarantine. We still were in constant communication with our student athletes through Zoom meetings. I've become kind of a Zoom master over the past 3 months, you know, communicating with our guys in a variety of different facets. But it was awesome just getting everyone back on campus, working through the protocols, working through the procedures, and just to get everyone back out on the field doing something together was just awesome.
Ball coach Matt Cohn, and we'll have more with Matt in the next few days. Meanwhile, over at Adrian College, the Bulldogs have suspended practice for a week or so as a precaution to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The team has been together since the 1st of August, but with the whole student body population back on campus, football activity has been put on hold for a short period of time. From the Tecumseh Indians football program, they sadly announced the passing of former Tecumseh Indian football coach Mel Fatchett. He passed away this past Sunday. Mel coached at Tecumseh during the 1980s and 90s for both the JV and varsity teams. The Tigers 6 in a row after a 12-1 win over the Brewers as they continue to chase a playoff spot. With the Toronto Blue Jays loss, Tigers are now just a half game back in the AL's 8th and final spot for the playoffs with 27 games remaining. Kristen Stewart got it going with a 410-foot shot over the right center field wall.
Fly ball right field, way back in right, and gone, a home run. Back of the wall of the bullpen in right center, Kristen Stewart, number 3, and the Tigers take the 1-0 lead here in the third.
Reyes was 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs and his 2-run homer later in the game.
The 0-2 to Victor Reyes. Swinging a fly ball, right field. This one is deep to right center. It's way back and it's gone. Wow. Victor Reyes put a charge into a deepest right center field. That was a bomb. 2-run home run and the Tigers lead 6-0 here in the 6th.
Willie Castro is coming on lately, 9 hits and 21 at-bats lately with 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 3 RBIs.
He swings and hits a ground ball fair down the first baseline. That's going to head into the right field corner. Jones in to score, and that should be 3 for Willie Castro. Full head of steam around second. Heads to third, and he will make it without a throw. Willie Castro with a 2-out triple, and the Tigers had a big run here in the 4th inning and lead 3-0.
Daniel Norris had another good performance on the mound with a final line of 2 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 strikeouts without a walk. Michael Fulmer scheduled to start today versus the Brewers. Not all good news, however, as Detroit Tigers outfielder Jacoby Jones had to leave the game in the 8th inning after being hit by a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. He left the game with a fractured hand and, according to the team, is off for the rest of this short season. Jones was batting .268 with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs in 30 games. The Tigers have recalled outfielder Travis Demerit from the club's alternate site in Toledo to take Cameron Maben's spot on the active roster after Maben was traded to the Cubs. Now with the loss of Jones, they will look to Toledo to bring up another outfielder. Maben was traded just on Monday. Tight American League Central Division race. Chicago and Cleveland tied for first. Game and a half back are the Minnesota Twins. The Tigers sit at 3.5 games back, and the Royals bringing up the rear, 8 games back.
Tigers above 500.
Yes. Yes, they are. First time this late in the season I thought I read since 2016. So.
Yes! 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 Yes!
She's having a good morning.
She sure is.
Detroit Lions announce a contract extension, and a big one for the big left tackle Taylor Decker. 4 years worth, according to the NFL Network, $60 million. Decker's new contract ties him for the 7th highest paid offensive tackle in the NFL. Now they will turn their attention to extending another rising star, one of the better wide receivers in the NFL, Kenny Golladay. That process, they hope, is in the final stages of being completed. Hockey last night, the Philadelphia Flyers still alive, forcing a Game 6 with a 4-3 overtime victory over the New York Islanders. And just like the Flyers, the Canucks forced a 6th game by escaping with a 2-1 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. That's our update, Ian.
All right, abbreviated because we have to do something I don't really like to do. We'll take the break early.
Okay.
How about that? I don't want to call the coach on the air.
No,
Seems
I got
really,
you. Yeah.
really unprofessional.
Yeah.
Lenawee United hockey coach Tyler Texter will be on the phone lines with us inside the cave in a few minutes. So we'll take a break. We'll get ready to introduce Lenawee's newest coach here inside the cave.
I'm Stan the Man, I am, and I have to say it feels quite warm outside today. But summer thunderstorms are now the norm, and older roofs can spring leaks. Pesky roof leaks can creep and seep and make your walls and ceilings weep. Flat roofs are steep. The cats in the blue hats at Diversified Roofing can fix that straight away. Call 1-800-668-1928 today, and we'll make those leaks all go away. With Diversified's fair rates, rebates, and financing that's great, that's 1-800-668-1928. You won't get taken for a ride when you call Diversified. We're Master Elite certified and GAF roofing that's tried and true. We're state licensed and fully insured too. Your roof's installed professionally with honesty and pride when you call Diversified at 1-800-668-1928. Here's our website too for you. For Stan the Man and the cats in the blue hats, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com. Again, that's DiversifiedRoofingLLC.com.
Looking for a great lunch or dinner to satisfy the whole gang? The Brick Wall Pub and Grill in downtown Adrian has it all. Juicy burgers, quesadillas, pizzas, salads, homemade soups, and so much more. Check their Facebook page for daily food and drink specials. Indoor and outdoor seating is available. Call 759-4072 for takeout orders. That's 759-4072. Join Crazy Karen for karaoke fun Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. The Brick Wall Pub and Grill. They're not just another brick in the wall.
Are your floors screaming for a makeover? If so, O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering in Tecumseh, with their combined 160 years of experience, wants to help. O'Connor & Sons sell and install many styles of floor covering. They have the area's largest selection of luxury vinyl tile and planks, which are completely waterproof. O'Connor & Sons also carries Cali Bamboo, which are the world's hardest floors. Pet problems? No worries. They have pet-proof carpet that is guaranteed against all pet stains. O'Connor & Sons Floor Covering on Russell Road in Tecumseh. Call them at 423-6170, or for more information, check them out on Facebook at O'Connor & Sons Flooring.
You'll hit a home run every time with Hayes Insurance Agency.
Their team of independent agents will cover all the bases
and find you the right policy at the best price.
For your car, your home, your business, whatever you need.
Hayes Insurance, serving residents of Lenawee County and beyond for over a half-century.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit HayesINS.com. In 1968, Tigers great Jim Northrup hit 2 grand slams in one game.
And ever since, the Hayes Insurance Agency has been hitting grand slams for all its customers in Lenawee County and beyond.
For your car, your home, your farm, your business, count on Hayes Insurance Agency.
On Occidental Highway between Adrian and Tecumseh.
Call 517-423-8316.
Call Hayes Insurance, get all the insurance you need.
Or visit hayesins.com.
The Springs BP on West US 223 near Onstead Highway is your locally owned one-stop convenience store. The Springs BP Beer Cave is fully stocked and has a huge selection of craft beer along with all of the standards. If you're looking for something a little different, they have a variety of prepared cocktails and drink mixes plus state minimum prices on their huge selection of liquor. The Springs BP also has propane tank exchanges, fishing licenses, and bait. So if you're headed to the lake for the weekend or just heading home, make sure you stop and shop at the Springs BP.
When trades are made, when records are broken, when championships lay in the balance, we've got you covered. 96.5, The Cave.
"11 minutes past the hour this Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. My name is Ian Wendt. John Roberts with me on this Wednesday morning, and we have a very special guest on our phone lines here this morning. We have the new head coach of the Lenawee United hockey team, Tyler Texter. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good, Tyler. Welcome inside the cave.
Thank you.
Yeah, first of hopefully many interviews, and hopefully we can do a couple in person, once we get the season going. Of course, congratulations on the head coaching position. What drew you to the Lenawee United club?
It was I hadn't really heard of it, and then when I found out it was a relatively new team, I was realized why I hadn't heard much. But after speaking with Greg and the board, the team and the atmosphere and what they were trying to build going forward just really fit my what I think about hockey and what I would like to be a part of.
So, Coach, you're relatively young in the world of coaching, younger than 30, right? 27, if I remember the press release.
That is correct.
All right. So, we'll do your playing experience first. If people didn't get a chance to hear or read about you, what's your hockey playing experience?
So I grew up, started playing in the Toledo area, played there all the way up until midgets. From there, I moved to Belle Tire, Dearborn, and played a year for Belle Tire, and then Allen Park, Midget A. After that, I went and played 4 years for the Michigan Ice Dogs, which is a junior team out of the MWJHL. We went to the Nationals once. Great time there with the coach and the team. After juniors, I went and played 4 years for the University of Toledo's club team. Made it to Nationals, won a league title, made multiple regional appearances, and studied accounting and finance.
So with the UT club team, did they play Adrian College's club team?
I believe they did this past year, but when I was there, we never crossed paths. We were ACHA D2 team, and at that time, Adrian had a ACHA D1 and then 2 ACHA D3 teams.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so is this is your first head coaching experience?
It is.
All right. So I mean, this is something that obviously you wanted to be on the path of. So how does it feel to finally get that opportunity?
Oh, it's a great feeling. Ever since I quit playing competitively, I've always wanted to find a way back into the game. Whether assistant coach, head coach, I wasn't going to be too picky. And then this came along, and it just seemed like a perfect opportunity to let go.
So have you had a chance to, you've obviously talked to the board. Have you watched film? Is there film on the team, or any players in particular that you're really excited about this upcoming year?
I haven't got to see any film or anything like that yet. We do have our first skates coming up, so I'm excited to get on the ice and see what the players have.
Well, certainly hope that ice rinks are open here soon in Michigan so that you can do that. I hear rumblings that might be a possibility later today, that we could have an announcement. You talked a little bit about your background, Coach, and what got you to this point as the new head coach of Lenawee United. Talk a little bit about, and I'm sure this was something that was covered when you met with the board, talk a little bit about what your plan is for year 2 of this program and what you want the identity of the Lenawee United hockey team to be.
Ideally, I've always been a strong defensive-minded player. So I would like to be known to implement some good defensive systems to, really be able to win games playing defense, not have to score a ton of goals. Keep it simple, be solid in the defensive end, and not let the other team have it easy. Be kind of gritty.
This SEC White division that Lenawee United plays in is extremely competitive, and they have a lot of quality opponents. What have you learned about this SEC division?
It's going to be good hockey. I know there was a little bit of struggle last year, so we'd look to improve on that. But I think if we can get some good systems put in place, that we could hopefully wreak some havoc and get some wins.
How are you? This is a collaborative effort between 8 schools in Lenawee County. Coach, how do you get the kids to want to come out and play for you guys?
I think you got to build an atmosphere that the kids want. You have to make it fun. You got to make it a place where they want to come, where they want to work hard. And winning does not hurt at all. So if you can combine those 3, where you get some good wins, have the kids having fun. Hopefully, word spreads that this is a really good opportunity, and more kids want to join it instead of going and playing travel somewhere.
And you mentioned travel hockey, Coach. I have to believe that probably very similar to a travel hockey team, when you've got a cooperative team like this, it's probably similar in many ways that, your travel teams that you grew up playing on as a kid, not necessarily everybody went to the same school. So that experience, I would guess, helps you a little bit in developing that team chemistry.
Yeah, it does. Once the kids are all together, when I was on different travel teams, we would, everyone became one team. It wasn't like, I go to this school,
Sure.
You go to that school. When I played in Toledo, we had kids coming from Michigan all the way down to Findlay. We were all over the place, and it was never an issue.
Yeah, so I guess geographic diversity or educational diversity in this case, in some ways, that's something you have experience with, and I think those rivalries, like you say, maybe the kids are rivalries with the different schools, or maybe they play other sports where they compete against one another, but when they hit the ice, as you said, they're all one team with the same goal.
Exactly.
Coach, this might be a challenging type question the way I'm going to phrase this. Hopefully you can follow along my weird brainwaves here. Lenawee United coach Tyler Texter just announced relatively recently that he's the new head coach. So there's obviously success in this area at the collegiate level with Adrian College fielding roughly seven hockey teams, men and women. And they're starting to really build up a youth and a young kids, skating, open skate, learning how to skate. What's it going to be like sort of filling in the gap between these children and then these adults at the college level?
I think it's going to be an awesome experience. When I personally made the leap from youth hockey to junior hockey to college hockey. Those college years or those junior years played a huge role. So if I can help the kids get ready to, move on from youth hockey to juniors or right into a college program of some sort, I think there's a lot that I can provide to the kids to get them ready, not only physically but also mentally. College can be grueling in its own. Throw on sports on top of that, and it can become real hard real quick. So I think with my prior experience, I can help prepare the kids for more than just the next level of hockey.
Coach, can you talk a little bit? I know you'll have a couple of assistants. Can you talk about your staff?
Yeah, so I have Jacob Sniffen with me. He played 3 years with me when I was in juniors with the Michigan Ice Dogs. After juniors, he went and played 2 years for the University of Akron's club team. Then I have Joe Haynes coming on with me. He, I believe he played youth travel in the Jackson area before he also moved to the University of Akron. So I met them through and played against them, actually, once I was in Toledo. But we've become pretty good friends since our college days.
So, you're building a coaching staff. Do you have a time frame to kind of meet with the kids? I know Ian alluded to that a little bit earlier. Even if it's off ice, is there a plan to meet with the team here soon to kind of get to know one another?
Yeah, I've been working with Greg to see what skates are going to be available or what we can do to just get in contact with the kids, like you said, whether it's off ice, whether it's on ice. It just so I can get the kids, they can get to know me. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be kind of hectic, new coach coming in, ice rinks are shut down, just trying to see what's going on. So I'd love to meet them as soon as possible.
Well, and the difficult thing is you're going to meet them with masks over the bottom of their face, and then when they're on the ice, they're going to have their visors, and if you're a goalie, a mask on the top part of your face. So it'll be like a puzzle trying to put together for a little while for you, I would imagine, who's who.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not that great with names as
oh,
so
boy.
It's going to make it fun.
Well, you'll get good.
I'm going to need to put numbers on their helmets or something.
There you go. There you go.
Tyler Texter, the Lenawee United head hockey coach. Again, congratulations on the job, Coach. I want to jump to the NHL. We're gonna throw some hot takes at you and get your opinions on those. John and I do a list of some kind every Wednesday. So when you become a regular listener, I'm sure you will. It's really early in the morning, but it's entertaining stuff, Coach. Trust me. We got our top 5 NHL teams as of right now in the playoffs. So I guess we'll just run down our whole list, John, and then we'll put Coach on the spot, and he'll tell us whose list he more sides with. How about that?
Okay, we're going from 5 to 1 right away.
Yep, 5 to 1. You ready, Coach?
Okay, so starting at number 5?
Yep,
5 to 1.
All right.
We're going to get John's list. Get your notepad out. We're going to do John's list and then my list.
And we can repeat them for you if you need us to. So my power rankings go like this, Coach. At 5, I've got the Flyers. At 4, the Stars. 3, the Islanders. 2, the Knights. And 1, the Lightning.
All right. So initial thought on that list.
I think I'm pretty close to that list, to be honest with you. I think I might have the Islanders a little higher.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, man.
I like it.
This game is backfiring on me. Game is backfiring.
Islanders magic, Coach. Islanders magic.
There's just something about the way they play, and I don't know. I like them.
Okay.
All right. So then you won't like my list. I know how this game's going. John's got a big old grin on his face. I have the Islanders on my list, but I have them at 5. Tampa Bay at 4. Dallas 3. Vegas 2. I still got Philly at 1. I don't know. Maybe it's the way they played in the qualifying and the round robin that's got me hooked on them. But I like I like the brand of hockey they play, and the Islanders, no question, are a good team.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Hart has been proven that he's going to be around for a while to come. But I don't know. I think the Islanders are going to take him in 6.
Oh, you think they finish the job here?
Boy, I hope you're right. I don't want it to go to 7. That's always when you know, Coach, you've been in that situation, I'm guessing, as a player. You're up 3-1 or you're down 3-1, and if you're up 3-1, man, you don't want to let it get to that 7th game. You want to deliver the
end it early.
Knockout punch.
Yeah.
All right, so that game didn't go exactly as I planned, but Coach, this interview was great, and we appreciate your time, and best of luck building this Lenawee United team.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure we'll have you back inside the cave once games start, especially, and hopefully maybe a little season preview as we get closer, Coach.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Coach, for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And that is Tyler Texter, the Lenawee United head hockey coach. Big shout out to you, John, for getting him on the phone.
Well, I want to thank Greg DeVito and the board of the Lenawee United hockey program for putting us in touch with Coach. And, certainly that's probably the newest high school sport in the county still, I would guess, and certainly want to promote that. It's a little different than maybe a lot of the other sports that we have for our high school teams in Lenawee County. It's combined, made up of kids from several different area high schools, and it spreads across our county, and we want to see that develop and grow because it provides an opportunity for kids that otherwise might not be there if they'd had to be all kids from one high school in Lenawee County.
Exactly. You can read about Coach Texter on our website, 965thecave.com. Lenawee United, if your kid's interested in playing and they go to any of these schools, Adrian, Tecumseh, Clinton, Onstead, Lenawee Christian, Madison, Sand Creek, and Addison. They're all part of the Lenawee United hockey program. They play in the SEC White. Very competitive hockey. Extremely competitive. So contact Coach and get your kids signed up if they want to play some youth hockey.
And, obviously they play their games here right in town at Arrington Ice Arena on the campus of Adrian College. So this winter, when hopefully games roll around, and if you're looking for something to do one night, drop in and watch the kids play. It's actually pretty exciting hockey. I first got a taste of high school hockey when my nephews played for a suburban Detroit high school, and went to watch them play. And it's fun to watch, and I enjoyed watching some games that United played last year.
And we will take a really quick break. We'll be back. We're talking sports till 9 o'clock, local sports. We might branch off to the state, national a little bit here. After this quick break, my name is Ian Wentz, joined by John Roberts inside the cave. Keep it tuned in.
Life as a farmer has many sides. That's why we work with Nationwide, the #1 farm insurer, to help farmers and ranchers stay profitable and protected. With Nationwide, you can feel confident you're getting coverage that fits your operations needs. Find out how to help protect your farm or ranch. Call us today.
D.S. Johnson and Associates, located in Adrian, Morenci, and Monroe. Give them a call today at 517-263-2582.
For your many sides, there's Nationwide. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval. Products and discounts not available to all persons in all states.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Even though school buildings are closed statewide for the remainder of the school year, the Lenawee Intermediate School District has been hard at work developing and implementing a continuity of learning plan for our students. This is a unique challenge, and LISD instructors and support staff have worked diligently to provide a variety of distance learning options that best suit the needs of each student. The LISD appreciates your patience and understanding as we learn together how best to serve Lenawee students during this unprecedented time. To view our learning plan and the latest COVID-19 updates, visit lisd.us/COVID19.
96.5 The Cave, Lenawee County Sports.
Somewhere, Jeff Bowman is dancing to that music. I think it's his favorite return music inside the cave. Thanks for being with us. We're here till 9 o'clock. Ian Went, John Roberts, inside the cave. A couple of great interviews so far. Just got off the phone with Tyler Texter, the Lenawee United hockey coach. Glad to welcome him into the Lenawee County community. And, of course, the 7 o'clock hour featured Adrian College Athletic Director Michael Duffy updating us on the ever-changing landscape of college sports.
And if you missed those interviews, Ian, how can they listen to them?
Well, I need to get back on the horse and start posting all of our shows up on YouTube, but I'll get to it. It'll be up on our YouTube channel, Lenawee Broadcasting Company on YouTube. Just go to our Inside the Cave playlist, and you can go back and relive your favorite moments.
The greatest
from Inside
hits.
The Cave. Yeah, we'll have to get together some greatest hits, some funny segments, or
there you go,
funny gaffes that we have on the air. We can't really go the whole show without talking about what's going on with the Tigers.
Yeah, we touched on a lot of things with the Tigers in the updates, but man, you have to be, I'm sure surprised is a good word for many fans, but you have to be, I think at this point, more than halfway through the season, impressed with how this team shows up every game and competes, and I find them enjoyable to watch.
Like, these are crazy things that I'm about to say. They're 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah. They're on fire right now. Now they went through a little rough stretch there where...
This was prior to their 9-game skid.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about who they're beating, okay?
Good
you sweep
teams.
the Twins. Sweep.
2 out of 3 from the Indians.
2 out of 3 from Cleveland.
2 out of 3 from the Cubs, right?
Yep.
And have a chance to sweep the Brewers today.
Yep. 7:40 is the first
kind
pitch.
Of an odd start time.
Yeah.
Come on, Wisconsin. Get it together.
Yeah, let's go, man. And then they got the Twins. Friday, a doubleheader scheduled, and then another doubleheader Saturday. Then turn around and play them again Monday. So that is opportunity.
So no game Sunday? Did you say Sunday?
Not according to... there's 2 Friday. 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday.
Okay.
Monday. I misread that.
Okay.
My apologies. But
don't let it happen again.
I'll do my best. But, you take care of things with Milwaukee tonight.
Yeah.
Or you don't. But you got opportunity.
You got to split on the road even. If they lose today, it's still you split a 2-game series on the road. And now you've won 8 out of your last 11. It's still pretty good.
That's excellent. They're a half game out of the last wild card spot in the American League. And if you make the playoffs, they say anything can happen.
Anything can happen once you're in. And the beauty of it is, Ian, we just passed the trade deadline. They really didn't trade any of, they were neither really buyers or sellers, but they didn't sell off any of their future. And I think that's what everybody is excited for that's a Tigers fan.
That they didn't get rid of a Daniel
Casey
Norris
Mize or a Matt Manning or a Bo Burrows or I guess pretty much all the positions. Well, Spencer Torkelson, they're not going to get rid of him. I mean,
they didn't buy or sell, like you said, so they like where they're at.
They like where they're at.
How can you not?
Well, how can you not look at this season? And there's still 20-some games left to play, obviously, but you almost have to look at this season as a successful step in the progress of this team. I don't see how you can't.
No, they're 17-16.
Yeah.
Let me read that again. They're 17-16.
And
these
like
are
I
the
said,
Tigers.
I think
they were projected to be the worst in baseball.
Yeah.
There's still opportunity.
There still is, I guess.
Being a Michigander, there is opportunity to suck. There's always that chance.
Well,
I could still be right in my prediction.
You could.
The show would suffer, and we'd be talking about firing people from the Tigers.
Miserable.
It would be awful.
Yeah, even you don't want to see them only win 2 more games.
No, I don't. And that's what I said last week with John is I want them to do well.
Sure.
I'm a Tiger fan.
Yeah.
I am no other baseball team fan.
Right.
Except the Tigers in the professional ranks.
And you probably were being somewhat realistic, maybe on the low end.
In the preseason.
In preseason.
In case you didn't listen then or on Facebook or whatever, I thought they'd win 19.
I
games.
forget what I said. I think I said like 23 or 24.
Yeah, everyone was higher than me.
Yeah,
in the mid.
You were the low guy on
Some
the total
crazy
poll,
person picked 35.
That was Jeff.
I remember. Yeah.
He might be. He's never going to let us live it down if they win 35 games.
No.
He will declare himself the Tiger expert of the Cave staff.
He'll be our go-to for
That's right.
Everything Tigers, our analyst.
That's right. Tiger insider.
That's the word we're looking for. Well, what are your realistic expectations for the Tigers now that they're above 500? They're playing winning baseball. We'll open the phones 517-265-4000. Do you like what you're seeing? What Tigers are we going to get down the stretch? Would be the overarching question. Are we going to get the 8-2 Tigers that won last night 12-1, or are we going to get 9-game losing streak Tigers where nothing works? You can't say something in the middle. That's not fair. That's like a cop-out. You gotta go one or the other.
Take a stand here.
Right.
Pick one side or the other. Heads or tails, whichever it's going to be. They played 33 games, so they have 27 games left to play a full 60-game schedule. 27 games. So if they win, if they go 500, so 14-13, let's say they're one game above 500, that'd be 31-29. You'd like to think that might get them in the playoffs if they just play 500 baseball the rest of the way and avoid any really long losing streaks. Obviously a big long winning streak would be great during that time.
Yeah, do another one of those.
Yeah,
do another
8 out of 10 would be pretty good going down the stretch. They got some tough games coming up, obviously, Minnesota. But the reason I was somewhat optimistic at the beginning of the year is the schedule. They don't play the Yankees. They don't play the Rays. They don't play the Oakland A's. They don't play the good teams in the American League.
They don't cross over.
And they don't cross over against the Braves and the Nationals. And, they don't cross the Dodgers. And I can't remember. I don't even know if it's on their schedule anymore, who they would have crossed over against. Maybe it was the Central. I don't know. But, they're not playing the best, the quote-unquote best of the best in the American League and National League this year. Although Minnesota and Cleveland, they're good teams. Certainly the Cubs are a good team. A lot of people were on that Cincinnati bandwagon.
Me.
Hey, I have them as a wild card. And all of a sudden, though, I was listening to a national program the other day, and people are saying the team you don't want to face in the first round of the playoffs, if they get in, is the Cincinnati Reds. They're starting to round into shape a little bit. And, some early things happened with COVID that kind of set them back. And so don't sleep on the Reds just yet, Ian.
All right. I won't. I don't know if they can catch the Cubbies. They're 6.5 back. They're going to have to win some division games, just like the Tigers. But you look at the AL Central, Cleveland, they get counted out for some reason.
Yeah.
They've been consistent the last 5-10 years. They're 22-14.
Yeah.
My pick to win the Central is
Your
tied
pick.
with them. 22-14 are the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 7 out of their last 10. And then Minnesota sort of getting beaten up a little bit by the AL Central.
My pick to win the American League Central, by the way, the Twins.
Yes. I don't think you could really go wrong picking Cleveland or Minnesota.
Or with the
to start
White
the
Sox.
season.
A lot of people, that's a good pick on your part because a lot of people said they were there on the rise. So you caught them early, maybe.
Yeah. I would be the White Sox insider if
There
they
you
were to
go.
do that. Jeff could be the Tigers. I'll be the White Sox. But, they're
I
right
need
there.
a team to be the insider for. Who do I get to be the insider for? Well, I'll tell you who my insider would be because I
Lions.
like how my pick is going in one of these divisions. You know who?
Tampa?
Yes.
Yeah, they're killing it.
I had them picked as the East champs this year.
Did I take the Yankees?
You
I
probably
feel like
did.
I took the Yankees.
I have the Yankees as a wild card. I pulled up my preseason predictions.
Oh, good. You got your.
Yeah.
I could, but
Guess
yeah.
who also had the Oakland A's winning the American League West?
That would be you.
That would be me.
I picked the team that's 3 out, the Astros.
I got them as a wild card.
Yeah. Well, so
But-
but are they going to also be the division winner since they're taking 2 from each? They're going to split the division title?
No, I think the first place team's the division winner, aren't
Yeah,
they?
but the
That's who
second-
should hang the banner.
But the second place isn't a wild card team.
No,
That's not
but
how
they're just a
qualifying it.
playoff team.
I'm just saying, I could
Playoff
be right.
qualify. I
We
don't
could
think
both
you're
be
right.
right.
No,
We could both be right. Come
No,
on.
no. I'm looking at these picks, and where are the Cardinals in the standing? Because I picked them to win the National League Central. That was
I
pre-COVID,
don't think they've played
obviously.
enough. They're 14-13.
So they're like the Tigers. They're
Yeah,
500.
they're trailing the Cubbies.
Yeah,
But I mean, these Tigers, they're 3.5 back.
Yeah.
In the Central, which is turning out to be an extremely balanced and competitive
Outside
division.
of the Royals, they're kind of
Someone's got to be the punching bag
Yeah.
of the division.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are for the AL East.
no kidding.
But they're a game or a half game out, of getting that wild card spot. They're battling the Blue Jays, who have one more win, so they're half game back. Teams chasing the Tigers, the Orioles, they're 16-19. We got the Mariners, 22-15. So these are teams that are below 500.
Yeah. They're right in the thick of it. And if anybody, when the season started, would have said, hey, if the Tigers are in contention on September 2nd, you'd have laughed at them. No one would have believed that. And I know it's only a 60-game season, but even in the 60-game season, people were saying, they'd be lucky to finish in 4th place. And maybe that's where they will end up. Who knows? But they're in the conversation at least right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
people are wondering, even national writers, are the Tigers buyers or sellers? So
What is the unfortunate injury for Jacoby Jones?
yeah, that's a tough
Factor in.
one because not their best hitter at the plate this year, but having a good solid season. If you project his stats, I got to pull the update notes here. If you pull the projected stats, what he's done so far this year, and you project it over 162 games, because we're about 5 home runs, so in 30 games, times that by 5, that's 150 games. So he'd have had 25 home runs if he'd have stayed on that pace, hitting 268, so 14 RBI, and drive in about 70, 75 runs. You'd take that out of your number 9 hitter.
Yeah, and your center fielder,
and your
the
center
power
fielder.
from center field.
Yeah. I mean, so he was having a solid season at the plate and a really good season defensively. So that's going to hurt him a little bit.
So how deep are these outfielders? That's what we heard about coming in, is that the Tigers are kind of deep in the outfield.
Well, they had Maben when we were hearing that too, though. So that doesn't help. You've really lost 2 outfielders in the last 3 days.
Exactly. I mean, they people saying the outfield is deep, and so is catcher. Okay, so how deep is that outfield? Who's going to have to step it up? Is it going to be a Kristen Stewart? Is it going to be Jorge Bonifacio?
Yeah, Reyes is
Or
probably going to
Demerit?
play a lot more.
Reyes?
Which, if he hits like he did last night, we'll take it.
Yes, every day of the week. What are your thoughts on the Tigers? Phone lines are still open. We need to take a break. The Tigers, one game above 500. My goodness. What a day. On the other side of the break, we'll talk about the Lions' latest signee, Taylor Decker.
And hopefully their next signing, Kenny Galladay.
Yes. We get to that after this, Inside the Cave.
Hey, Natasha, that sounds familiar. Could you be attending Hospice of Lenaway's amazing Throwdown Road Rally on October 3rd?
I need to get out and have fun. I'll get to drive my own car, solve clues with my friends. I'm there. Can you give me some hints?
No, but I can tell you that Old National Bank is the Throwdown Master sponsor, that it will start at 4 p.m. and will finish with an amazing drive-through dinner.
Where will it start and where will it end? I feel like I've said those words before.
Purchase your ticket and you will be given your start location, but you won't know where it ends until you solve your final clue.
Story of my life. How much are tickets?
$50 per person. That includes the road rally, dinner, and more.
More?
There will be an opportunity to support online as well. Just check our website at hospiceoflenaway.org for details.
I got this. Call Hospice of Lenaway at 517-263-2323 for tickets and choose your team members.
I can't wait to see you at the final stop.
I'll be there.
Hi, my name is Janie Navarro. I'm a realtor with Excel Realty. I am fluent in Spanish and love assisting the Hispanic community. Call or text me anytime so I can assist you in buying or selling a home. Buenos días, mi nombre es Janie Navarro. Soy una agente de real estate con Excel Realty. Puedo ayudarles con la compra y venta de su casa. Me encanta ayudar a mi comunidad España. Sé que puede ser difícil si no habla inglés. Llámame o mándame un texto y estaré lista para asistirles. 403-4215.
With our 8-year track record of teaching success through Tecumseh Virtual Academy, we are prepared to educate your students. Hundreds of students have taken core subjects and AP classes and gone on to graduate while participating in the TVA Dynamic Learning Community. This year, crossover options are available for in-class and online learning. With equipment and our experienced support staff provided, we invite you to contact Tecumseh Virtual Academy to explore your students' options. Go to TVA Tecumseh online or find our link on WLEN.com.
At Red Mill Pet Supplies, we have everything you need for your pet this summer, including life jackets, water toys, special leashes, and calming treats. And if you're adventurous, you'll find supplies for travel that are appropriate for whatever the weather brings, including pet tents. Our frequent buyer program on your pet food purchases will also help you save when you shop with us. All your pet's needs for a healthier, happier life can be found at Red Mill Pet Supplies, across from McDonald's in Tecumseh, and at redmillpetsupplies.com.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players. And get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
Everybody huddle up. Here's the play. If you wear any kind of screen printed item, go to ProMed Uniform and get your company logo, school spirit wear, fundraiser events, family reunions, any screen printing needs. If you need custom embroidery, go to ProMed Uniform and get your varsity jacket, company logo, corporate apparel, or just that special embroidered item. Score! Let's repeat that play. Nobody can beat it. ProMed Uniform is Lenawee County's premier embroidery and screen printing destination. All screen printing and embroidery is done in-house. ProMed Uniform is where quality work and the best pricing in Lenawee County come together. Please support local businesses and shop ProMed Uniform for all your screen printing and embroidering needs. T-shirts, varsity jackets, corporate apparel, screen printing, embroidery. ProMed Uniform, 937 West Beecher in Adrian.
96.5 The Cave. Sports for Lenawee County.
Detroit Lions countdown. We're unofficially starting it today, as 11 days from now, the 13th, the Lions will hit the field, Ford Field, against the hated, despised Chicago Bears. Welcome back inside the cave. Ian Wendt, John Roberts with you till 9 o'clock. So not a lot of time, but a lot of Lions talk. We could have used another hour for it today, but they signed Taylor Decker. That was a big signing for them. Get him locked down for, what are they reporting, 4 years?
Taylor Decker is 4 years, $60 million. So about $15 million on average a year. Not bad. Seventh rated offensive tackle, or seventh highest paid offensive tackle. I misread that. I thought they had him as the seventh rated left tackle. I thought that would have been a little high, but you got to have that guy to protect Matt Stafford. He is the franchise, and I think we saw it last year. Is when he got hurt, their season was done. They lost every game after he was done. The last 8 games of the year. I'll argue with anybody. If Stafford's healthy through the end of last year, they aren't a 3-win football team. I mean,
yes.
They're going to win close to half at least of those games, the last 8 games.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that. I think they win 7, maybe 8 games last year if Stafford stays healthy for the entire year.
And Taylor Decker, this is on Pro Football Focus. Of course, a first-round pick in 2016, 16th overall.
The Ohio State University.
Oh, you can't say that.
I just did.
Big kid, 6'7", 311. He, in terms of the regular season last year, he was tied for 14th in penalties against with all other tackles. He had 10 penalties, allowed 7 sacks. Overall player grade, they give him 75.5 out of 100 for the Lions left tackle. And look, you're going to have a conversation with Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Is Decker the guy you want? I would hope he is, because there were offensive tackles this last draft the Lions could have went after.
Could have, yeah.
But they did not. So Matt likes Taylor Decker, and it makes a lot of sense to keep him signed. He's a solid player.
Not the best, but not the worst either.
Nope. But must be what Stafford wants, and the team and the agents got together and they made it work.
Made it work.
Consistency.
So
if you're not great, that's what it is. But
Yeah.
you need to be consistent. You need to know what this guy's going to bring to the table. If one game he's going to be an all-star Pro Bowler, and the next game he's going to throw, 3 holdings and false starts, that's inconsistency.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting with Decker. You're going to get a couple of penalties, but are they smart penalties?
Well, and sometimes, these guys, they got to take a chance. You could call holding on every play
Yes.
in any level of football, believe me. And somewhere on that offensive line, someone's holding on every snap of the football. So you could call it every play. Yeah, sometimes when you're that left tackle, you got to take a chance and maybe grab that defensive end.
And they're looking at you.
They are. You're
if
kind of
your
out
quarterback's
there
right-handed,
on the edge. Yep.
They're going to put their best guy on you.
Yeah.
So I like it for the Lions.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can sort of play up to it.
It's continuity, and I think that's big this year with everything that's going on in the world and how it's impacted football. You didn't have all the off-season workouts that you normally have, so anything a team can do to keep their cast the same, I'm guardedly optimistic about the Lions this year. I think a lot of people are underselling the Lions.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to talk about that in the weeks ahead.
Yeah.
We're just about out of time, but we talk about the signing of Taylor Decker
Yep.
to the Lions. John, you're reading reports about another possible future superstar?
Well, Kenny Golladay, who, a lot of people think is one of the better players that the Lions have, and certainly, one of the top 100 players in the NFL. It looks like they're getting awful close to an extension with him that'll keep him in a Lions uniform for a few more years. So that's good news. You got a protector, and you're going to extend one of your big weapons. Like I said, I'm guardedly optimistic for the Lions this year.
Game 1, week 1.
They're going to beat the Bears.
The 13th.
I'm calling it right now. They're going to beat the Bears.
I've said that's the most important game on the Lions schedule. You might have agreed with me. This might have been a couple months ago.
Yeah.
First one's most important because if you lay an egg, it's tough to come back because you got the Packers, Cardinals, and Saints.
Yeah.
The next
They're going to
3.
beat the Bears. I don't care who the Bears decide on at quarterback. They're beating the Bears. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they lost 2 close games to him last year without Matthew Stafford. You think he doesn't make a difference compared to Dave Blau and whoever the other guy was that they threw in there?
Driscoll.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. They win at least one of those games against the Bears, if not both.
All right, that's the sound. We got to get out of here. The last hour of the DA show. Coming up next. Next you'll hear from John will be Monday. My schedule might be up in the air. I might be taking a day tomorrow. If I do, Jeff Bowman will be in. If I decide to come back for tomorrow, obviously it'll be me. But nonetheless, John Kane will be inside the cave with you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, this is Dennis from Abbey Carpet and Floor, and it's easier than ever to tap into the convenience of smart home technology during the Hunter Douglas Smart Shade Savings Event that's going on now through September 7th. Enjoy valuable rebates starting at $150 on qualifying purchases of Hunter Douglas motorized shades like insulating duet honeycomb shades or dramatic pirouette window shades or the revolutionary Sonnet cellular roller shades, all equipped with the advanced wireless technology of PowerView motorization. Using this smart technology, the associated smart hub, and the mobile devices you use every day, you can easily program your motorized shades to move automatically to the scenes and schedules you set. Plus, PowerView integrates easily with some of the most popular home automation systems, intelligent shades, and smart savings. Connect with rebates now through September 7th. Limitations and restrictions apply, so ask us for details. Abbey Carpet and Floor, America's choice in floor fashion since 1958.
Get up to 15% off MSRP cashback on select 2020 Chevys. You'll save 15% on Trax, 15% on Equinox, and 12% on the hottest new sport utility vehicle on the planet, the 2020 Blazer. Or maybe you should be driving the all-new 2021 Trailblazer. We've got them all. This is Charlie Ribatero from Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Chevy continues to be here for you. So let's look at all the possibilities to get you driving a new Chevy at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
I found us a place that wants to hire a few good employees. That's us.
Wait, does it pay well?
It does, and we can get meals and discounts on all kinds of things. The hours are flexible. They even offer scholarships, insurance, and a retirement plan.
Sounds too good to be true.
Nope, it's true.
McDonald's offers a wide variety of job and career opportunities from crew member to management. We're hiring for both our North and South Main locations in Adrian and at our Hudson Meridian Road McDonald's.
We are selling and replacing cars on our lot every day. In fact, on any given day, you can find out what's coming in next. This is Josh Hawley, General Sales Manager at Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton. Don't miss your opportunity to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle from us. If you don't see it on our lot or website, stop in to see what's coming soon. We're just a short drive from anywhere in Lenawee, Jackson, and Hillsdale County because we are on the corner of M52 and US 12. Home of the lifetime warranty. Trucktown, Suburban Chevrolet of Clinton.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Lenawee County, Michigan. Sports Talk Radio with a local angle on Inside the Cave. Weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m. on 96.5 FM. We give opinions and analysis on what's happening in the world of sports. Interview area coaches and players and get you ready to start your day.
Sweet, man.
Grab a flashlight, hiking boots, and a compass because it's time to go Inside the Cave. Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 96.5 The Cave and 965thecave.com.
The best in regional sports from Southeast Michigan. WLEN Adrian, HD2, W243AD, 96.5 The Cave.
96.5 The Cave. Lenawee County Sports.